on NewsCenter, take a look at the newest exhibit in the Claypool Young Art Gallery, find out about the 45th Annual Fraley Music Festival, and find out about a local bakery's newest offering. All this and more, now on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. I'm Samuel Perkins.
And I'm Leanne Zaproni. This is your news for September 18, 2014.
A threat made on social media by an 11-year-old girl left Greenup County schools closed yesterday. The girl posted the threat to Facebook Tuesday evening, saying that the poster's brother was going to bomb all of Greenup schools and that there would be a lot of injuries tomorrow. Shortly afterwards, the decision was made to cancel classes on Wednesday for Greenup County schools, Raceland-Worthington schools, and Russell Independent schools. Sherry Horsley, superintendent of Greenup County schools, said that the girl is a student in the district and is from Greenup County.
Health officials say that 12 states now have confirmed cases of a rare respiratory illness caused by a virus known as enterovirus 68. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention officials say that all 12 states have a combined 130 confirmed cases, all which are present in children. The virus can be mild to severe, with the worst cases needing life support due to breathing difficulties. The strain is extremely rare, leaving many labs unable to test for the virus at this time. Investigators say it's not yet clear what triggered the outbreak.
Voters in Scotland will choose today whether or not the country will secede from the United Kingdom. A vote yes would end a union that has endured for more than 300 years. Independence would not be a trial separation, said British Prime Minister David Cameron. It would be a painful divorce. Deals to give Scots more power over their own affairs are in the works in the event of a no vote. We don't have a voice, but we do have an opinion. We believe unity is better than division and cooperation is better than competition, British historian Dan Snow told a union-supporting crowd in Trafalgar Square on Monday evening.
To celebrate the 227th anniversary of the U.S. Constitution, the Student Programming Board held their annual event, Cookies and the Constitution. NewsCenter reporter Tia Johnson has more.
I'm the edutainment coordinator for Student Programming Board, and we're doing Constitution Day in collaboration with the Student Government Association and Alpha Lambda Pi, which is the legal honors fraternity. We're here celebrating Constitution Day. Constitution Day is a nationally mandated holiday for all universities. It's to raise awareness within the student body about the Constitution and constitutional issues. We have 3 free speech boards. One's about healthcare, one's about safety versus freedom. The third is about privacy, and then we're asking people to share their thoughts anonymously via post it on the board relevant to which issue they're discussing, and they're free to say whatever they'd like about that issue.
We'll be right back after the break for a look at weather with Nina Cottle and NewsCenter Notices featuring Mike Esposito.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Break into song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Addison, why are you dressed up like that?
Because you're in a dream, John.
How can you prove that?
Your body's still there.
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee. Java City.
back to News Center. Let's take a look at your weather. Right now in Moorhead, there's a bit of overcast with temperature about 72 degrees. Record temperatures exceeding 96, back in 53, and a low of 39 and 37. Average temperature is about 72 degrees, so we're hitting about average right now. Let's take a look at your current temperatures across the state. We've got 71 in Covington, 71 in Frankfort, 70 in Mount Sterling, about 73 in Lexington, 73 in Louisville, 70 in Fort Knox, 72 in Danville, 72 in Richmond, about 75 in Somerset and London, 75 in Bowling Green, about 69 around Prestonsburg. Your radar, you can see it's pretty clear across the Commonwealth. And your 24-hour planner, you can see it was a little bit chillier this morning, and it went into the evening, and it's going to get a little bit warmer, but then it's going to go back down. So kind of that fall weather coming along. Okay? But first, let's take it to News Center Notices.
Hi, welcome to News Center Notices. Joining me today is Mike Esposito from Career Services. How are you doing today?
Good.
So what are some of the services that your office provides?
Well, Career Services offers an array of programs to help students prepare for the job search, to find a job even after they have graduated. We review documents like their resumes and their cover letters. We help students find jobs through our MSU JobLink system. And we also provide help with internships and finding places while they are students to actually get some work experience while they're still in school.
One of your programs is coming up soon, the Resume Blitz. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Sure. We are having employers come to campus in ADUC on September the 24th and 25th. They will be on the second floor of ADUC from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. What they will do, these are actual employers that hire people every day. They see hundreds of resumes over the course of a month that really have a great knowledge about what they are looking for, what employers are looking for. We have companies that will be there. We'll have representatives Cintas, Kelly Engineering, Verizon Cellular Sales, Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and Total Quality Logistics. And students are welcome to come at any time during that time frame from 10 to 2 and to visit either with one of the employers or all of the employers, whatever their time allows.
Should students dress formal for this event?
They should dress nicely. They want to make a good first impression when they meet these employers, because they may one day be hired by these people.
Awesome. So another one of your events is the Career Fair. When is that? And tell me a little bit about it.
Sure. The Career Fair is October the 7th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the third floor of ADUC. We have right now, as of this moment, 68 employers and graduate schools signed up. It'll probably be close to 80 by the time the Career Fair actually happens. New employers are signing up every day. It is for anyone looking for full-time, part-time, or internships. Any of the kind of, it is not just for students, it's for alumni and the community as well. Students should come dressed up, suit and tie, and then they can visit with any of the employers that day.
Is there any other tips you would give to seniors who are planning on graduating here in the next semester or so?
Yes, start early. Some people will think, okay, I don't graduate until May, and therefore I shouldn't start looking until the spring. No, you need to start now. It takes 6 to 9 months on average to find a job.
Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll be right back after the break with an extended look at weather with Andrew McCann with Eagle Athletics.
And print. Oh, yeah.
Hello, I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Morehead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining, with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Morehead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moreheadstate.edu/startheater.
Welcome back to NewsCenter. Let's take an extended look at weather. Currently in Morehead, the conditions are 72 degrees and it's partly cloudy. Humidity about 49% and winds not too bad, around 9 miles per hour. All right, take a look at your 24-hour planner. Again, earlier in the day it was a little bit chilly, so you start out, you might need a nice jacket or something to wear to class this morning. Then it starts heating up, and actually around now it's really a pretty good temperature outside. Great for just playing football this weekend. Current temperatures in Covington, 71 in Frankfort, 70 around Mount Sterling, and in the lower region you're just going to see again in between 75 72, so about the same as here. Again, take a look at your radar. You can see there's not a whole lot going on across the Commonwealth. Across the United States, same sort of thing. You don't see too much going on. There's a little precipitation and storms down here, but other than that, not a whole lot. Tonight, there's going to be a low of 49, and there's going to be a little bit of chance of precipitation. The sun's going to set about 7:41. Tomorrow, it's going to be sunny, which everyone should love because I love sunny weather. It's going to have a high of 79, and sunrise is going to be about 7:22. All right, take a look at your 7-day forecast. On Friday, it's going to have a high of 73, partly cloudy skies. In between Friday and Saturday night, you're going to see a low of about 54 degrees. Saturday, it's going to be a high of 77, and it's going to be cloudy as well. And then a low of 60 in between Saturday and Sunday night, and we're going to see it go into about 74 for the high on Sunday, with a bit of scattered storms, a chance of about 50% for precipitation. Monday marks the fall. Everybody's excited for fall to be here. 68 degrees is going to be the high that day, and it's going to be a little bit rainy, so you might want to bring a jacket with you to class or wear some rain boots. On Tuesday, you're going to see a high of 65, and it's going to be cloudy as well. Then Wednesday, it's going to be a high of 69, so you're going to want to start breaking out the jeans and the sweaters, and there's a chance of rain on Wednesday. Then Thursday, you're going to see a high of 78, and it's going to be sunny. So what are y'all excited about fall, hate fall?
I'm excited to dig out my sweaters, actually. I'm ready to give up the t-shirts and the shorts and stuff. What about you, Leanza?
I'm okay with fall as long as it doesn't get too chilly. I'm not big on wearing coats.
Yeah, I don't like to be too cold, just like the right temperature. You can shed it if you want.
Yep, that's exactly how I feel. Let's go ahead and take a look at Eagle Athletics.
Your home for the Morehead State Eagles, this is NewsCenter Sports.
The Morehead State Eagles football team was defeated by Eastern Kentucky University this past Saturday at Roy Kidd Stadium. The Eagles lost control of the game early on and never managed to recover, falling to EKU 55-13. MSU finished the game with 332 yards with 60 on the ground, compared to EKU, who finished the game with 552 total yards with 353 rushing yards. The Colonels are ranked 4th nationally in rushing defense. MSU will travel to North Carolina to begin Pioneer Football League play this Saturday against Davidson College. Kickoff begins at 1 p.m. The Morehead State soccer team took the field to improve to 5-1-2 on the season, beating the Wyoming Cowgirls from the Mountain West Conference. Morehead State has produced a 5-match improvement from this point last season when the Eagles were 7-1. Jay Floyd smashed a penalty kick to the bottom left post for her team best 7th goal of the year. She now has 21 career scores in 30 matches at MSU and is tied for 4th on the career chart with former Eagle Stephanie Sandfoss, who played in 1999 and 2000. MSU travels to Xavier tomorrow. Play begins at 7 p.m. MSU fell to Marshall University this past Tuesday at the Henderson Center. Marshall's volleyball team swept the scoreboard, taking all 3 matches. The Conference USA Thundering Herd improved to 5-6 on the season, while the Ohio Valley Conference Eagles slipped to 0-10. MSU still holds a 43-18 advantage in the all-time series. Head coach Jamie Goodwin says to give Marshall credit, but he thought the Lady Eagles would be much farther along at this point in the season. MSU takes on the Purdue Active Ankle Challenge this weekend. First match begins at noon. And now for NewsCenter's famous sports trivia. What current NBA player from Morehead State recently won gold for Team USA? Is it A, Lamar Green, B, Henry Atkins, C, Kenneth Fareed, or D, Dan Schwartz?
Well, Kenneth Fareed, he was here when I first started school here, so I'm going to have to go with that. I'm going to have to go with Kenneth.
You know, I really don't have any knowledge of this question, so I'm going to take a lucky guess and say Dan Schwartz.
I'm pretty sure it's Kenneth Fareed.
Well, the correct answer is Kenneth Fareed. He provided a dominant front court with Anthony Davis on Team USA. We will be right back after the break.
Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
Artsy Tartsy, Morehead's newest bakery, is now hosting paint parties. NewsCenter's Chelsea Armstrong has more.
It is just a way to be able to do something different with your friends or to meet new people, and I actually got the idea from a store in Huntington. I have a couple friends that went there a couple times, and they loved it, and it's a good way for people who don't think they're artistic to realize their artistic abilities. We go step by step in creating an art piece, and our first class will be an adult-only class. We will offer adult-only, teenage-only, mommy and me, and we'll also have private parties that are available for birthdays, baby showers. The first one we host is September 12th. Everything's provided. The cost is $35 per person, and we provide all the materials that you'll need to create your piece, plus we provide snacks and drinks for all the attendees also.
For more information on Artsy Tartsy's paint parties, like them on Facebook or call 606-207-4804.
The latest exhibit in Claypool Young Art Gallery is now open. NewsCenter stopped by to take a look.
The largest gallery space in Eastern Kentucky, so we can hold a lot of work. This is the biomorphic group exhibition that's held in the Claypool Young Art Gallery in the Claypool Young Art Building, which is where the Department of Art Design is. And so a number of times a year we will have a curated exhibition of 5 to 6 artists that are all across America but have a sort of similar themes or work that complements one another. So the piece that is directly next to me, or the two pieces, are by Tammy Rubin, who is actually going to be our visiting artist associated with the exhibition. She's from Urbana, Illinois, and she creates these very luscious, almost otherworldly ceramics. And then Scott Turry, who is the painter whose work is behind me, he actually creates the designs and the compositions on the computer, sort of morphs them and plays with them, and then they're actually painted. They're painted directly on the canvas, and they are very technically advanced, so it almost looks like it was stenciled on there, but it was all hand painted. So a lot of the artists in the show are dealing with things sort of like taking objects that kind of seem familiar to us, but then they are morphed or stretched or sort of manipulated in a way so that they're tantalizing because there's kind of something we can grab onto there, like the work of Sarah Cole, who does drawings and paintings, but they're based on cell structure and DNA and viruses. So it is something that technically you could probably see the inspiration for, but it is sort of morphed and changed and manipulated. We have a majority of students, which is the point. We are a university gallery, and if our work does not serve our students in a way that it adds on to their education, but also is relevant to them and interesting, we're not doing our job.
The biomorphic exhibition is open until October 3rd.
Students have already been in school for 4 weeks, but freshmen are still adapting to being on campus. NewsCenter reporter Tia Johnson spoke to a few freshmen about their experiences.
When I first got here, everything was pretty empty because band, we had to move in like 3 or 4 days early, so I got the dorm to myself for a few days and I got to set up everything how I liked it, so that was nice. It was a pretty easy move in.
Moving on a campus was very chaotic because it's a big step towards the rest of your life because it's that separation from your parents, and I've never been away from home like long periods of time, so it's very new.
It was very hectic moving in. I was scared because I was leaving my parents for the first time.
Being a freshman on campus, it's an adjustment just because, you know, you're on your own and you have to find out your daily routine and what you're gonna do, but once you get in the groove, and it's easy.
Being a freshman is a little different because it's like you go from the top of the food chain from high school and then you're like a newbie again, so it's like a big transition.
Juggling academics and being in band isn't that hard, just because the majority of your classes as a music major have to do with music, so all the classes pretty much just tie in together. And then the other classes, like I have English and first year seminars, so those aren't hard to deal with. You just have to find time to do your work and get it done. That's about it.
I put school first, so I get all my work done, and freshmen on cheerleading have to have a certain amount of hours, study time hours at the library, so that helps a lot with managing your schoolwork and cheering.
It was stressful at first because I was so worried about like the sorority stuff and like not my schoolwork, but because of that it helped me like adjust.
Moorhead has decided to build a new Welcome Center on campus. NewsCenter asked some students about their opinions on the idea.
Yeah, I believe it'll be necessary, try to help students get familiar with the campus better, and just, even with family members, help them out and stuff like that. So I believe it's necessary. It took me a while to get, familiar with everything and, where tutoring was and everything else. And if we had a Welcome Center like that, I believe it would have been a little faster.
I'm not sure it's necessary. I think it could be a useful thing for incoming students.
I think that a Welcome Center would be necessary. I know that coming in as a freshman, there was a lot of places that I didn't really know. I came in for SOAR, but I didn't have time to stick around for the tours of the campus. But I think that a Welcome Center would be necessary to get the students familiarized with the area. I think that a Welcome Center would be a success. There is the ADUC, but as a specific Welcome Center, I think that having one would be nice and that a lot of students would find their way there.
The Welcome Center is expected to open August 2015.
Carter Cave State Park hosted the annual Fraley Music Festival on September 6th. Trailblazer reporters Patrick Brumback and Tanner Blevins were there to join in on the festivities.
I guess I'm more or less the director of the festival, though I got a lot of help from many different people. It started in 1971, and you were talking about math, and they're saying the 45th year, but it might be the 44th. It's so long that we can't even count. It started out with the Fraleys as a family reunion, and then more musicians came. They became well known because of J.P. and Anna Dean Fraley's recording they made in the early 70s. They were invited to a lot of places, so they would go to those places and invite people. So they had people sometimes from all over the world, Australia, Alaska, as well as, of course, Kentucky, Ohio, Virginia. So it's been kind of like that all those years. We organized the playlist the afternoon before the concert, so we meet people that I've never even heard and invite them to play. The little boys that played tonight I had never heard, and their dad was playing in a band, and I just said, yes, you should play. Last night some people said, you got to have this guy on. I said, well, as long as he doesn't mind playing last, and he didn't, and he did a great job. So Anna Dean's feeling was, you want the professionals, but you want to give people who've never played on stage a chance. I'm just very glad to have been involved with this festival. It's informal and welcoming and celebrates the traditional music of this region. That means a lot to me.
Between the States, the Kentucky Folk Art Center's newest exhibit is now open. Trailblazer reporters Sam Fangman and Gabe Osborne were there for the opening night.
I'm Matt Collinsworth. I'm director of the Kentucky Folk Art Center. Tonight we are opening our new exhibition, which is Between the States, photographs of the American Civil War from the George Eastman House in Rochester, New York. We don't often bring in traveling exhibitions, but once every couple of years we'll find one that we think has content that the folks in our community and our region will enjoy, and I think this is one such exhibition. It is, if you've seen a famous photograph from the American Civil War, it's in this exhibition. And these aren't the originals, those are too precious and fragile to travel in most cases, but these are perfect reproductions of the originals from the George Eastman House, because most of these photos are in their permanent collection. So if someone is interested in the Civil War, which I know a lot of people are, and see the most important photographic artifacts from that time period, this is the place to come and see them in Kentucky. This is the only place the show will be held in the state.
NewsCenter online at msutv.net.
Or follow us on Twitter at MSU_NewsCenter.
On behalf of Nina Cottle with weather, Andrew McCann with sports, and the rest of the NewsCenter team, I'm Samuel Perkins.
And I'm Leanne Zaproni. Have a great evening.
Talk to each other. Good job.
Thanks.